Do you hear this voice? If you are listening right now, then understand this is not a coincidence. God is very angry with you because once again you have repeated the same mistake. This time, the cost will be unbearable. But still, heaven has opened one last door for you, one final chance. If you ignore this message, everything you hold dear will vanish before your very eyes tonight.
Listen carefully, for what I am about to tell you is not an accident. If these words have reached your ears, it means heaven has chosen you for this moment. But do not mistake this as a blessing, for God is very angry with you. Yes, His wrath burns hotter than fire, because once again you have repeated the same mistake. Do you remember the last time you were warned? The signs were clear, the path was shown, the door was opened, yet you ignored it. You thought there would be more time. You thought the consequences could be delayed. But hear me now, there is no delay anymore. The hand of judgment has already been raised. The fire of heaven has already been lit. Even now you can feel it, can't you? The uneasiness in your chest, the restless thoughts, the sudden fear that someone is watching you. That is not your imagination. That is the Spirit of the Almighty standing in silence, waiting to decide your fate. Look around you. Everything feels the same, but nothing is the same. The air is heavier. The shadows grow longer. Even the ticking of the clock feels louder, because the realm of heaven has already shifted toward you. You are standing at the edge of a decision that cannot be undone. But do not despair completely. There is still a secret door open. One final chance has been given. A narrow path, hidden in darkness, leading toward salvation. But this path will not be easy. On this path, you will face yourself, your true self. The lies you have told, the sins you have hidden, the fears you have buried deep inside, all of them will rise before you like shadows made of fire. Do you understand what this means? You cannot run anymore. You cannot pretend anymore. This is the moment where heaven demands truth. The mistake you repeated, do you even realize its weight? Every time you fell, angels watched. Every time you disobeyed, heaven recorded it. And now the record is full. The scroll has no more space left to write your failures. That is why God's patience has ended. But still, one voice rises for you. One sword has not turned away from you. That is why I am here. I, Michael, the archangel, have come not to destroy you, but to awaken you. Because if you fail this time, if you ignore this message again, the heavens will close their gates forever, and nothing will remain for you except emptiness. Hear me clearly. The storm is already moving. Your name has already been spoken in the courts of heaven. A decision is about to fall. But before it does, you have one choice left to make. A single act, a single decision that can change everything. Will you rise, or will you fall forever? The answer must come from you. Remember, time is no longer on your side. Every tick of the clock is a step closer to your end, and once the final hour strikes, there will be no turning back.
Do you feel it now? The shift in the air? the invisible weight pressing down on your shoulders? That is the anger of God, drawing closer. Every second you hesitate, the shadows tighten their grip around you. You think this is just a warning? No, this is a summoning. Heaven has already called your name in the court of judgment. Your deeds, your words, your hidden thoughts, every secret you believed no one saw has been written with fire on the scroll of eternity. And now that scroll has been placed before the throne of the Almighty. Do you think you can escape it? Do you think you can hide from the gaze of the one who sees all? You may fool men. You may deceive friends. You may even silence your own conscience for a time. But you cannot silence heaven. You cannot silence the truth. This is why God's wrath has risen like a storm against you. Not because he hates you, but because you continue to resist the very light that was sent to save you. You repeated the same mistake again, and in doing so, you opened a door you were warned not to open. Now that door is no longer empty. Darkness has entered. It surrounds you. It whispers to you. It waits for your soul to collapse. Look deeper inside yourself. Can you not hear those whispers? The voice that tells you it is too late. The voice that tells you, give up. Those are not your thoughts. They are shadows feeding on your weakness. They celebrate every moment you remain in fear, every second you remain blind. But listen carefully. That is why I, Michael, stand here now. My sword burns with the fire of heaven, and its flame cuts through every shadow. But I cannot swing it unless you choose. This battle is not only mine, it is yours. Understand this. The mistake you repeated may look small in your eyes, but in the language of eternity, it is a chain forged around your soul. Every repetition makes the chain thicker, stronger, harder to break. Even now, I can see those chains wrapped around you. They are cold, heavy, suffocating. You may not see them, but you feel them. That restlessness, that endless searching, that sudden fear at night when everything goes silent. Those are the chains pulling tighter. But listen carefully. There is one key, and heaven has placed it in front of you even now. It is not gold. It is not silver. It is not made of stone. It is a choice, a decision that only you can make. That choice is not spoken with words, but proven with action. It requires courage, courage you have never truly tested before. Hear me. The wrath of God is real, but so is his mercy. The fire of judgment burns, but the light of salvation shines even brighter. You stand between both, one step away from destruction, one step away from redemption. But here is the truth you must face. This chance will not last forever. The scroll has been opened. The trumpet is already at the lips of the messenger. Once it sounds, the heavens will not wait. The gates will shut, and once shut, they will not open again. Do you think I came here by chance? Do you think you are hearing this voice because of luck? No. Heaven has intervened for you one last time. But this message is not given so you can delay again. It is given because the clock is already running out. Look around you now.
Even the air is whispering. Even the silence carries weight. The signs are everywhere if you choose to see them. I, Michael, stand before you as both a witness and a warrior. I cannot make the choice for you, but I can warn you. If you walk away from this voice again, the chain will seal shut, and your destiny will no longer be in your hands. This is your moment. This is your test. This is the line between life and death, light and darkness, heaven and hell. Choose wisely, because the hourglass is almost empty.
You are still listening, which means your spirit knows the weight of these words. But hear me, time is no longer your ally. With every breath, the sands of your life fall, and heaven's judgment draws closer. Do you want to know what waits beyond disobedience? Then open your eyes, for I will show you. Look into the shadows around you. Do you see them moving? They are not empty illusions. They are fragments of the future, visions of what awaits if you turn away again. I see fire, cities collapsing under the weight of their own sins. I see people crying out for mercy, but their voices echo into silence. I see doors slamming shut, the golden gates of heaven closing like thunder, never to open again. And in the distance, I see you. Yes, you, walking in darkness, reaching out with your hands, searching for light, but finding only emptiness. Your voice cries, but no one answers. Your soul trembles, but no one comes. Because when the moment of decision was before you, you chose the chain instead of the key. Can you bear that vision? Can you stand in that silence? Because that is what waits if you ignore this message. But there is more. Listen closely, for the veil is thin right now, and what I reveal comes straight from the throne. I see angels standing in rows, their eyes fixed upon you, some with swords drawn, ready to defend if you choose the light. Others with their faces lowered, preparing to turn away if you choose the darkness. The entire court of heaven watches this moment, your moment. Every thought you think, every decision you lean toward is seen in the eternal realm. There is no hiding. There is no pretending. You are laid bare before the King of Kings. And yet, do you know what else I see? I see a flame, a small, fragile flame that refuses to die. It burns within you, though you have tried to silence it many times. That flame is hope. It is the spark of God's mercy still reaching for you. It flickers, it trembles, but it has not gone out. That is why I stand here now. Not just as a warrior, but as a witness that the flame still exists. You are not beyond redemption, but you are close. So close that one more mistake, one more refusal, one more step away, and the flame will vanish forever. Do you understand the weight of this moment? All of heaven bends to watch your choice. The angels wait in silence. The scroll remains open. The pen of eternity hovers above your name, but the ink has not yet fallen. This is not a story, not a dream, not an illusion. This is your soul suspended between two eternities, light or darkness, life or death. I will not lie to you. The path of salvation is not easy. It will demand surrender. It will demand truth. It will strip away your pride, your excuses, your hidden sins. It will feel like fire, but it is a fire that purifies. If you endure it, the chains will break. If you walk it, the gates will open. If you choose it, the wrath of God will turn to mercy, and your name will shine like a star in the book of life. But if you resist, if you harden your heart again, the visions I have shown you will not remain shadows. They will become your reality. Your cries will echo, but no answer will come. Your soul will thirst, but no water will be given. Your flame will die, and only darkness will remain. So I ask you now, what will you choose? The flame or the chain? The light or the darkness? This is not tomorrow's question. It is not next week's question. It is right now. For every second you wait, the chain grows tighter, the flame burns weaker, and the hourglass falls emptier. Do not mistake silence for safety. The silence you feel is the calm before the storm, and when the trumpet sounds, the silence will end forever. The visions have been shown. The warning has been spoken. Now you must know what lies ahead if you choose the narrow path. Redemption is not handed to you like a crown of gold. It is fought for, suffered for, and proven through fire. And if you wish to walk it, you will face 3 trials. Each trial is not outside you, but within you. For the greatest battle you will ever fight is against yourself. The first trial is the trial of truth. In this trial, every mask you have worn will be torn away. The lies you told, the secrets you buried, the sins you tried to cover in darkness, all of them will rise before you like living shadows. They will speak your own words back to you, reminding you of every choice you regret. Do not think you can run from them, for they will follow wherever you go. Only by facing them, by admitting what you truly are, can you pass this trial. If you hide, if you deny, if you run, the shadows will devour you, and the path will vanish. The second trial is the trial of fire. This is not fire that burns flesh, but fire that burns pride. You will be asked to let go of what you cling to most, the desires, the attachments, the chains you secretly love more than your freedom. The fire will demand sacrifice. It will feel as though the ground beneath you is breaking, as though your very heart is being torn in two. But if you endure, if you lay down what binds you, you will walk through flames and come out purified. If you resist, if you cling to what is dying, the fire will consume you completely. The third trial is the trial of silence. This is the hardest of all, for in this trial heaven will withdraw its voice. The angels will fall silent, the signs will vanish, the whispers will cease. You will stand in darkness with no answer, no comfort, no sign of God's presence. It will feel like abandonment, but it is not. It is the final test, to see if your faith can walk without sight, if your soul can trust without proof. Those who endure the silence will hear a voice louder than thunder when the trial ends. Those who fall in silence will never hear that voice again. Do you understand now? The path is narrow, the trials are severe, but they are not impossible. They are designed not to destroy you, but to prove you. They are the furnace that will decide if you are gold or dust. But hear me well. You cannot enter these trials if your heart is divided. Half light and half darkness cannot survive this path. It demands all of you. Every thought, every desire, every hidden corner of your soul must be surrendered. Only then can the trials open before you. I see hesitation in your spirit. You want salvation, but you also cling to what destroys you. You say you desire freedom, but your hands still grip the chains tightly. Do you not see? The very mistake you repeated is proof that your heart has not fully chosen. You live torn between two worlds, and that is why God's wrath has risen against you. He does not seek half of you, He demands all of you. The heavens will not wait forever. The trumpet is still silent, but the lips of the messenger tremble upon it. The scroll remains open, but the ink grows heavier. One decision, one act of surrender can shift your destiny forever. I am Michael, am not here to terrify you without purpose. I am here because heaven has placed a sword in the ground before you. It is buried deep, glowing with fire. If you choose, you may grasp it, and with it break the chains that bind you. But if you turn away, if you let this moment pass, the sword will sink into the earth and never rise again. And when it is gone, so too will your last chance be gone. So I ask you again, will you face the trials? Will you endure the fire? Will you embrace the silence? Or will you walk away and let darkness claim you forever? The choice is before you. The heavens wait, the shadows wait, and I will wait only a little longer.
The time for silence has ended. The path has been spoken of, the trials revealed. Now the first trial begins, the trial of truth. Do not tremble at my words. Tremble at what stands behind you. Turn your eyes inward, for that is where the battlefield lies. Do you feel it? The air shifting, the shadows gathering. They are not strangers, they are you. Every lie you ever told, every sin you ever hid, every thought you believed no one would ever know, they now rise from the depths of your soul to face you. Look closer. Do you see the figure standing in the dark corner? It looks familiar, doesn't it? That is you. Not the mask you show to the world, but the true self you've buried. Its eyes burn with shame, its mouth whispers with guilt, its hands are stained with the mistakes you thought were forgotten. This is the truth you must face. You cannot run, for the shadows will follow you. You cannot hide, for they were born inside you. You cannot silence them, for they speak with your own voice. Listen. Do you hear it? Your own voice echoing back. I am fine. I am innocent. I have done nothing wrong. But that voice cracks, because deep down you know it is a lie. And now the lie stands before you, no longer hidden, no longer silent. This is the trial, and it has only begun. One by one, the memories awaken. The day you betrayed your own conscience, the moment you knew what was right but chose what was wrong. The secret action you thought no one saw, heaven saw. The thought you buried deep, heaven heard. Now every memory drips like fire, and you cannot escape them. Do you see how they gather, like shadows in human form, circling you? One whispers of pride, another of lust, another of greed, another of anger. They are countless, each one born from a choice you made, and now they stand as accusers. But listen well, this trial is not to destroy you, but to expose you. For only when the truth is uncovered can the chains begin to break. But if you resist, if you deny these shadows, they will not vanish. They will grow teeth.
They will consume you until nothing remains but emptiness. Do not think this is easy. The trial of truth is like standing before a mirror that never lies. It shows not who you pretend to be, but who you are when no eyes watch. It reflects your soul naked before heaven, and heaven demands that you look without turning away. Can you do it? Can you face yourself? I, Michael, do not ask this lightly, for I have seen countless souls fail here. They begged for mercy, they cried for escape, but when the shadows rose, they ran, and when they ran, the shadows followed into eternity. But I have also seen the few who endured. They trembled, yes, they wept, yes, but they did not run. They faced the truth, confessed it, embraced it, and the chains shattered. Those few walked forward purified, their names shining brighter than stars. So now the trial begins for you. I see the first shadow step closer. Its face is twisted, but you recognize it. It is the lie you told yourself for years. It doesn't matter. No one will know. It is just once. But heaven knew, and once became twice, and twice became a chain. This shadow now demands your answer. Will you confess? Will you tear away the mask? Or will you deny it once more? The choice is yours, but know this: the shadows cannot be defeated with silence. Only truth can pierce them. Only the courage to say, yes, I failed, yes, I sinned, yes, I was wrong, can break their power. Do you understand the danger now? This is not a game, not a dream. The trial of truth is life and death. Your eternity trembles on this decision. I stand with my sword drawn, but I cannot strike these shadows for you. They are bound to you until you choose to cut them loose. My flame can burn, but it waits for your voice to ignite it. Speak, child of dust. Face the truth. Tear the veil away. For if you fail here, you will never reach the second trial, never walk through the fire, never endure the silence. This is the beginning, and this is the gate. The shadows lean closer. Their eyes glow. Their whispers grow louder. The walls close in. The air thickens. The trial begins now.
The trial has begun. The shadows are awake, and now they will speak. Listen closely. Do you hear them? Each whisper is not a stranger's voice. It is your own. Fragments of your past, echoes of your sin, the memories you buried, all of them rise to accuse you now. One shadow steps forward. Its face is pale, its eyes dark as endless pits. It points its finger at you and cries, "You lied. Again and again you lied. To others, to yourself, even to God. You spoke false words to hide your shame. You thought no one saw, but heaven saw." Another shadow rises. Its form is twisted, dripping with venom. It hisses. You were given a choice to do what is right, but you chose pleasure instead. You chose your desire over obedience, and every time you returned, you told yourself, "This is the last time," but you came back again and again.
The shadows do not stop. They come one after another, surrounding you, their voices rising, their accusations cutting deeper than any blade. You betrayed the trust given to you. You spoke words of kindness, but your heart was full of pride. You promised change, but you broke that promise again. You claimed faith, but your actions denied it. You are lost. Do you hear them? This is the trial of truth. Every hidden deed has found its voice. Every unspoken sin has taken form, and they circle you like wolves hungry for your soul. Do not think you can silence them by turning away. The shadows do not vanish when ignored. They grow stronger. The more you deny, the louder they become. The more you hide, the deeper they dig. But there is one thing they cannot stand against: truth. If you speak truth, they weaken. If you confess, they lose power. If you face them without masks, their claws shatter like glass. But beware, the shadows are cunning. They will not only accuse you, they will tempt you. Listen closely. One shadow leans near your ear, whispering sweet poison. Stay silent. Do not confess. It is too shameful. Too late. You cannot be forgiven. Hide it. Keep it hidden. Another voice joins. It is useless to fight. You are too weak. You have already failed too many times. Give in. Let the chains stay. Do you feel the weight? This is the battle. It is not against flesh and blood, but against the chains of your soul. I, Michael, stand ready. My sword burns brighter as your struggle grows. But I cannot strike unless you open your mouth with truth. The heavens themselves wait for your voice, for the trial of truth demands one thing: that you face your shadows and admit what they are. Look around you. The chamber shakes. The air is heavy. The shadows lean closer. Their eyes glow red. Their mouths drip with words sharper than knives. They chant. They scream. They accuse. Liar. Weak. Hypocrite. Faithless. Lost. Their words echo, bouncing off the walls of your heart. But within you I still see it, the flame. Small, flickering, fragile, but alive. It trembles under the weight of these voices, but it has not gone out. If you confess, that flame will roar into fire. If you deny, that flame will die forever. This is the breaking point. The trial of truth leaves no middle ground. You cannot stand silent. You cannot pretend. You cannot wear a mask here. The shadows know who you are. Heaven knows who you are. Now you must decide. Will you admit it, or will you drown in denial? But beware. The trial grows harder the longer you wait. Every second you hesitate, another chain locks around your soul. Every moment you remain silent, another shadow sharpens its claws. Do you not feel it? The weight on your chest, the tightening around your spirit, the suffocating silence pressing in? That is the chain closing. This is your moment of choice. This is the hour where heaven watches.
The angels lean forward, their swords trembling. The demons crawl closer, their jaws open in hunger. The court of eternity holds its breath. Speak, child of dust. Speak, and the chains will break. Confess, and the shadows will fall. Face the truth, and the path will open before you. But if you remain silent, the shadows will drag you into the abyss, and once you are swallowed, you will never rise again.
Why are you silent? Do you not feel the chains tightening? Do you not hear the voices rising against you? This is the hour of decision. You cannot remain still. Your silence is not safety. Your silence is surrender. Look around you. The darkness waits with open jaws. It wants your silence. It wants you to hold back your truth so it may keep you bound forever. But heaven is waiting for your words. Every moment you remain silent, the flame within you grows weaker. And if it dies, you will never escape again. The voices around you whisper, "It is too late. Your sins are too many. Confession cannot save you. You are already ours." Do you hear them? They know your weakness. They press upon your guilt, your shame, your regret. But if you dare to speak, if you dare to confess, they will tremble. The darkness cannot stand against truth. You must speak it. Do not wait for the perfect words. Do not wait for courage to suddenly appear. Speak with a trembling voice if you must, but speak. For even a whisper of truth carries the weight of heaven's fire. Say it. Confess what binds you. Speak the truth of your mistake. Do not hide behind excuses. Do not cover it with false strength. Strip your soul bare before heaven, and the chains will begin to break. I failed again. Only that? Is that all you will say? Weak words from a weak soul? Nothing changes. Do not stop there. The voices mock you because you gave them little. Confession must be full, not partial. You must empty your heart completely. Every chain is linked to a deed, a thought, a word, and until you name them, they remain strong. You think you can hide what heaven already knows? You think silence can protect you? No, silence feeds your chains, but truth shatters them. Speak again. Do not fear their laughter. Do not fear their mockery. Their power is only noise, only illusion. Speak the deeper truth. Say the words you fear most. I lied. I betrayed trust. I chose desire over obedience. I promised to change, but I returned to the same sin again and again. I am weak. I am broken. I am guilty. Do you hear it? The chains begin to break. The truth has struck them like lightning. The voices recoil because they cannot feed on honesty. You spoke what they feared most. You admitted what they are. This is the beginning, but it is not yet the end. You must continue. Confession is not a single word, it is a river. Let it flow until nothing remains hidden. Every chain must be named. Every shadow must be dragged into the light. Do not stop now. Your voice has already shaken the ground beneath you. The flame within you burns brighter. Heaven watches, waiting for more. Speak, and the chains will shatter. Speak, and the light will rise. Speak until every shadow falls. You thought confession was enough. You thought the chains would fall completely at the sound of your truth. But hear me now. Confession was only the beginning. The path ahead is darker, narrower, and far more dangerous. Do you feel the heaviness pressing against your chest? That is not your imagination. It is the weight of judgment. Every word you have spoken has called the shadows closer. They circle you now, waiting for your next step. One step forward, and they scatter. One step back, and they devour you whole. This is the trial of endurance. Many begin the journey. Few complete it. Because the shadows know where to strike. They know your weakness. They know the hidden fears you never dare to say aloud. Do you remember the nights you lay awake, staring into darkness, wondering if anyone heard your silent cries? Those cries were recorded. Those tears were counted. Those doubts, those very whispers of despair, are now standing before you, demanding to be faced. Listen closely. They say to you, you are not worthy. You will fail again. Why fight when defeat always comes? Do these words sound familiar? They should, because they were born from your own heart. You fed them every time you gave up. You strengthened them every time you repeated the mistake. Now they stand as giants before you, and only courage can bring them down. Do not look away. If you close your eyes, their power grows. If you pretend they are not there, they become unstoppable. Face them, name them, defy them. Say it aloud. I am not unworthy. I am not abandoned. I am not destined to fail. I am chosen. I am seen. I am called. Do you hear how the air trembles at these words? The giants of fear are shaken. They fall back, step by step. But beware, they will not leave without a fight. Now comes the fire. Do you feel the heat rising? It burns not around you, but within you. This is the refining flame. It consumes everything false. It spares nothing hidden. It searches through every corner of your soul, demanding purity. Do not resist it. If you fight the fire, it will feel like destruction. If you surrender to it, it will become your strength. Yes, it hurts. Yes, it burns. But every pain is breaking chains. Every tear is washing away darkness. Every cry is echoing through heaven's halls as proof that you are still fighting. And yet, the greatest trial is still before you. The choice you feared the most has not yet come. The final test waits at the end of this fire. Do you know what it is? It is the choice of surrender. Not surrender to defeat, but surrender to destiny. Because you cannot walk two paths. You cannot serve two masters. You cannot cling to both light and shadow. The time has come to release what binds you completely. Will you surrender your pride? Will you surrender your secret desires? Will you surrender the very thing you once thought gave you life, but in truth only gave you death? This is the question burning in the flame. Will you surrender all? The heavens wait, the shadows wait, the earth itself holds its breath. One word from you will decide it all. Say it now.
Say it with all the strength left within you. Say it until every shadow hears and trembles. I surrender. I surrender my pride. I surrender my chains. I surrender my desires. I surrender my past. I surrender my fear. I surrender all. Do you feel it? The ground shakes. The chains collapse into dust. The shadows scream and scatter. The fire no longer burns to destroy. It burns to transform. This is the power of surrender. But remember, this is not the end. This is only the turning point. You have walked through confession. You have endured the shadows. You have surrendered to the fire. Now the final chapters of your destiny begin. The hour is late, the choice is made, and the heavens are watching.
You have surrendered. But surrender is not the end. It is the beginning of the hardest journey of all. The moment you laid down your chains, a new war began. Because freedom is not given without a battle, and the shadows you thought defeated, they are regrouping even now. Listen carefully. Do you hear it? The silence before the storm. The air is heavy. The ground is restless. Something vast approaches, unseen but undeniable. This is not imagination. This is the sound of destiny drawing near. You stand at the edge of a battlefield you cannot escape. On one side, the remnants of your past mistakes rise like soldiers of the night. Every lie, every betrayal, every selfish desire, every hidden thought, they march against you like an endless army. Their faces are familiar because they were once part of you. And on the other side, the light stands waiting. But the light will not fight for you without your will. You must choose to step into it fully, or the shadows will swallow you. Do you understand the weight of this? This is no ordinary conflict. This is the war for your soul. The heavens lean in, watching your next move. The earth trembles, waiting for your decision. The shadows whisper, urging you to give up, to bow, to remain broken. And you? You feel torn in two. One voice inside says, "It's too much. You cannot win." Another voice rises, firm and unyielding. "Stand. Do not fear. You were born for this." Which voice will you follow? The storm breaks. The sky above you rumbles like the roar of 1,000 lions. The shadows surge forward. They strike with doubt, with fear, with memories you thought were buried. They throw your past in your face, every failure, every weakness, every shame. Do you feel it? Your knees buckle under the weight. Your heart trembles as though it will shatter. This is their weapon, not blades, not fire, but despair. If you give in to despair, you fall. If you resist, you rise. So rise. Lift your head though the storm lashes against you. Lift your voice though fear tries to choke it silent. Speak words that carry the power of heaven itself. I am not defeated. I am not forsaken. I am chosen. I am called. I will not bow to the shadows. Do you hear it? Every word you speak shakes the battlefield. Every declaration of truth sends the enemy backward. They scream as the light pierces them, but still, they will not stop. They come again, harder, stronger, faster. Now the trial shifts.
It is no longer just your past you face, it is your future. The enemy shows you visions of what could go wrong. They whisper, even if you break free now, you will fall again later. They say, you will never sustain this light. They promise, the road ahead will crush you. Do not listen. Those are lies born to keep you weak. Your future is not written by shadows. Your future is forged in the fire of surrender. It is sealed by the strength you have chosen in this very moment. The storm rages on. Lightning tears the sky. Thunder shakes the ground. The voices of doubt grow louder, pressing you to quit, pressing you to run, pressing you to hide. But hear me. Do not run. Stand firm. Every storm breaks eventually. Every night must give way to dawn, and your dawn is closer than you realize. Even now, as the shadows attack, a greater power is awakening within you. It is not born of pride. It is not born of will alone. It is born of the light that has claimed you, a light that cannot be extinguished, a light that grows brighter the darker the night becomes. Do you feel it rising in your chest? The strength you thought you lost forever is returning. The courage you thought you could never hold is filling your bones. The fire you thought was gone is burning hotter than ever. This is not the end. This is the awakening. The shadows know it. That is why they rage louder, harder, faster. Because they see what is coming. They see what you are becoming. And now, the final strike is near. The enemy gathers all of its power for one last assault. They bring every chain, every doubt, every fear, every whisper of defeat. They throw it all at once, hoping you will collapse. Do not collapse. Stand tall. Raise your voice louder than the storm. Declare it again, stronger than before. I will not bow. I will not break. I will not be destroyed. My future belongs to the light. And as the words leave your lips, the shadows recoil. They stagger. They scream. They collapse under the weight of the truth you have spoken. The battlefield clears. The storm begins to calm. The air grows still, and in that stillness, one reality becomes clear. You are still standing. You have not fallen, and because you have endured, the next chapter of your destiny is opening before you.
You are still standing, but the battle is not over. No, what you have just faced was only the opening of the storm. The true test, the deepest fire, the greatest trial, it lies directly ahead of you. Do you feel it? The silence after the storm is deceptive. The shadows have fallen back, yes, but only to regroup, only to strike again with a fury unlike before. And as you breathe in the stillness, you realize this is the calm before the greatest clash of your life. Your spirit is trembling, not with fear, but with awareness. Something vast is approaching, something that will either destroy you or transform you forever. Listen closely now. This is the turning point of everything. Your story is balanced on the edge of a blade. One wrong step, and the darkness will devour you. But one act of courage, one choice of surrender, one unshakable declaration, and you will rise into a destiny far greater than you have ever imagined. The earth beneath you begins to stir. It rumbles as though a giant is awakening from its sleep. The air thickens, heavy with unseen power. The very atmosphere bends beneath the weight of eternity pressing in. And then it comes. The second wave. Stronger, darker, relentless. This time, the shadows are not simply memories of your past. This time, they are chains of your present. They cling to you, whispering in your ear, "You are still weak. You are still broken. You are still unworthy." They speak lies dressed in truth, half whispers of poison meant to pierce your soul. They point at your scars, at your flaws, at your failures. They say, "See, you will never truly change. You will fall again." Do you feel the weight pressing down? Your chest grows heavy. Your knees weaken. Your heart races. For a moment it seems they are right. But listen, do not let them write your fate. Their words are not final. They are illusions, fragile shadows that vanish the moment the light breaks through. So rise again. Speak against them. Speak truth louder than their lies. Say it with fire in your voice. My scars do not chain me. My flaws do not define me. My failures do not end me. I am chosen for more than this. I am marked for light, and I will not bow to your lies. And when you speak it, the ground shakes. The shadows reel backward. They cannot withstand truth. Truth burns hotter than fire, strikes harder than thunder, pierces deeper than any blade. But still, they do not stop. They change their attack. Now they twist themselves into fear of the future. They show you visions of loneliness, of betrayal, of loss. They say, "Why fight now? Even if you win today, tomorrow will break you." Do you hear it? That voice of despair is not prophecy. It is a trap. It seeks to paralyze you before you even step forward. But the truth is this: tomorrow has no power over you. The only power it has is the one you give it. So stand tall, lift your gaze, and answer the shadows again. Tomorrow is not mine to fear. Tomorrow belongs to the light, and I will not surrender my future to darkness. The storm around you grows fiercer. Lightning cracks the sky in blinding flashes. Thunder roars like the voice of eternity itself. The battlefield becomes chaos, darkness raging, light pushing, your soul caught in the center. And yet, in the midst of chaos, something begins to awaken inside you. A fire unlike before, not the fragile flame of survival, but a roaring blaze of destiny. It burns in your chest, it spreads through your veins, it lifts your spirit higher than fear can reach. This is the moment of transformation, the place where weakness ends and strength begins, the place where surrender gives birth to victory. Do not shrink back. Step into the fire. Let it burn away every chain, every fear, every whisper of despair. Let it consume everything that was meant to destroy you until only truth remains. And as you step forward, the battlefield changes. The shadows cry out in fury, sensing their end is near. They throw themselves at you, one last desperate wave. Every lie, every fear, every failure they gather, screaming, roaring, crashing against you like a tidal wave of night. But this time, you do not fall. This time, you do not fear. This time, you rise higher. You lift your voice, louder than the storm, stronger than the thunder, brighter than the lightning. And you declare, "I am unbroken. I am unshaken. I am not defeated. I am light in the midst of darkness. I am strength in the face of fear. I am chosen. I am called. I am destined. and no shadow, no lie, no fear will take this from me. And the moment the words leave your lips, the battlefield explodes with brilliance. The darkness screams as it shatters. Chains fall like dust. The weight lifts from your shoulders. And for the first time, you stand not only free, but victorious. The storm fades. The air clears. The silence that follows is no longer heavy with dread, but radiant with hope. You have not only survived, you have overcome. And now, the door to your true destiny opens before you. Step forward. The story is not over. The greatest chapter has only just begun.
The battlefield is silent now, but it is not the silence of death. It is the silence of destiny. A stillness that comes after the fiercest storm. A hush that holds its breath, waiting to see what you will choose. You stand in that silence, stronger than ever before. Every shadow has fallen. Every chain has broken. Every lie has been silenced. Yet deep within, you know this is not the end. This is the threshold, the place where one story closes and another, greater, begins. For though the darkness has retreated, it watches still from afar. It waits for weakness. It waits for hesitation. It waits for you to forget who you are. But listen carefully. Do not forget. The victory you carry now is not temporary. It is eternal. It is written into your very being, branded into your spirit like fire that cannot be extinguished. Close your eyes for a moment and feel it. The pulse of life within you, the steady beat of a heart that has refused to surrender, the fire that now burns where once there was only ash. This is proof that you were never abandoned, proof that you were never forsaken, proof that even in your deepest mistakes, even in your greatest failures, you were being prepared. Yes, prepared for this moment. You were not shaped for defeat. You were not created for despair. You were not called to live in the shadows of regret. No, you were formed for light. You were destined for strength. You were chosen to rise. And so, as the silence deepens, a voice begins to stir within you. Not a voice of doubt, not a voice of fear, but the voice of truth, the one that has always been there, waiting for you to hear. It whispers first, gentle as the wind. You are mine. You are chosen. You are called. You are never alone. Then louder, rolling like thunder. You will rise again. You will not fall back. You will walk into your destiny with unshakable strength. And finally, like a roar that shakes the heavens, the mistake you made will not define you. The chains that bound you will not hold you. The darkness that hunted you will not claim you. For you belong to the light, and the light cannot be defeated. Do you feel it? That is not just a voice. It is truth carving itself into your soul. It is the eternal promise that no matter what comes, you are never lost, never forgotten, never forsaken. And now, before you, the door opens. It shines brighter than 1,000 suns. It calls you forward, not into fear, but into purpose, not into despair, but into victory, not into endings, but into beginnings. This is your moment.
the moment to leave behind the ashes, the moment to step out of the ruins, the moment to rise into the life you were always meant to live. Take one step, then another. With each step, the ground beneath you glows brighter. With each step, the future opens wider. With each step, the shadows fall further behind. And when you reach the threshold, you hear the final words, words not spoken to frighten you, but to ignite you. The battle may return, the storms may rise again, but you will not face them as you once did. You will not face them broken. You will not face them alone. For you have risen, you have overcome, and you carry within you a fire that no darkness can extinguish. So walk through the door. Do not look back. Do not hesitate. Do not doubt. For the story of your mistakes is finished. The story of your destiny is just beginning. And as you step into the light, let this final truth echo in your heart. You are chosen, you are victorious, you are eternal, and nothing will ever take that from you.